Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to shorter attention, what I was doing and things like that. Hopefully it helps you out. You know, hopefully. Good afternoon, boys and girls, and welcome to the final installment of PTSD and your relationships. We've already covered your relationship with yourself, your friends, your family, and yesterday we covered some of the negative aspects of PTSD and how they affect your relationship and your significant other. So today, what I'm going to cover are some of the ways that you can incorporate your significant other into your recovery process, and some of the ways that your significant other can help you along with that recovery process, because you guys are a team. You got to work together like a team. So with that being said, I wanted to go over some Honor 22 stuff real quick. This Saturday, we do have a exercise going on. We're going to be out at Government Canyon Park doing a little trail run there. We're going to be out there at 9 o'clock in the morning. It is $6 to park out there, so if you guys want to park for free, get in touch with either myself or Erin and let us know, so that way we can facilitate that. We are running next Saturday. We are running the El Chupacabra de San Antonio. It's going to be a 5K. It's going to be a nighttime run, so it's going to be nice and cool. I do have 2 free tickets available for that, so if you want to run a 5K for free, get in touch with me and I will facilitate that for you. We are still currently selling our t-shirts. We have all shapes and sizes. They're $15 per. And finally, we are still taking applications for our softball tournament that's coming around in September. The application is $300 for a team of 12, so that would be $25 a person to sign up. And from our softball tournament, all the proceeds from that are going to help out the Family Endeavors Clinic, the Warm Springs PTSD Clinic, and the PTSD Survivor Select Group. So every penny that you guys give to us, we literally take and put back into the community. So again, thank you all for your support. I know I thanked you guys yesterday. There's been a lot of exciting things coming on with Honor 22, so stay tuned. Hopefully we can expand this and help a lot more people out. So guys, thanks again for sticking around. Alrighty, so today we are going to cover PTSD and what you and your significant other can do to fight it together. So both parties have needs that need to be met when it comes to recovery. The person that's in recovery needs to know that their significant other will stick around, that they'll support them. And on the other side of that, the person that's not in recovery, the support group, needs to know that you actually are getting better and that you are taking this seriously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by explaining some of the ways that you in recovery can meet the needs of your spouse. And then I'll go ahead and flip it and talk about the ways that your spouse can meet your needs. I got a little bit of wham going on. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go you to spouse. So the first thing you need to do is create a support net. So your support net is going to include everybody, your friends, family, coworkers, whoever you want to be a part of your recovery. Now the reason I say this is key is because if you don't create a support net, if you don't let other people into your life to help you out, the only person that's going to be there to help you out is your spouse, and that puts a ton of pressure on them, because if they don't succeed, you know, your mental health is basically based on how much they help you out. So you need to create a support net. You need to branch out. Another thing you need to do, you need to share honestly the way that things are happening, how certain triggers are affecting you, how certain memories or lack of sleep or anything like that is affecting you, so that way your spouse can help you out. Another thing you can do, little thing called teamwork. Now teamwork makes the dream work. So what you guys need to do together is you need to build problem solving and coping skills, so that way whenever some of these triggers do come up or whenever something stressful happens, you guys can work it out together and you can be there for each other while it's going through. Another thing you need to do is establish fun time. Now going through any sort of recovery is going to take up a lot of your time. It's going to be a very stressful, very long process. It is worth it in the end, but in the meantime, you need to set and establish days where you can go out with your significant other and just enjoy each other's company. Don't talk about work, don't talk about recovery, don't talk about school, none of that crap. Just sit there and enjoy each other's company. That's going to be huge. And then finally, you need to involve them. if you're going to a group setting and they allow significant others in, bring them in with you. If you're going out to public and you're doing in vivos out in public, bring them with you. They want to help you with your recovery, but if you don't include them, they don't know how. So that links back to a whole bunch of other stuff we've already covered. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about some of the ways that you as a spouse can help your significant other if they are struggling with PTSD. So let's do this. Spouse to you. Now, there's going to be a lot of things that you're not going to understand about them. You're not going to understand initially why they can be so angry, why they're so depressed. There's going to be a lot of things you won't understand, especially if they're not diagnosed. Now, if they get diagnosed, that's great. You have a foothold, but that doesn't mean the journey's over. That means the journey's just started. So some of the best things that you can do, be supportive. Be there for them. That's another thing. Be encouraging. Encouraging. I spelled that horribly. Be there. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, I'll come back to that. So yeah, initially what you want to do, you want to be supportive. You want to let them know like, hey, you're doing a great thing, which is also encouraging. You're doing a great thing by getting help. You're bettering your life, and that's fantastic. I'm here for you 100%. Be there. Be there is key, because there's going to be a lot of times when someone's struggling with PTSD where they feel alone. I cannot stress this one enough, because this one affected me a lot. Whenever I felt lonely, whenever I felt depressed, it was very difficult for me to see past any of that stuff, because I didn't feel like my significant other was there for me. Now again, there were times that she was there for me, don't get me wrong, but there were also some very dark times that she wasn't. And that's why I say this is key here. You need to be there for them. When they're reaching out to you, when they're trying to get help, trying to better themselves, you need to be there for them, because it is going to be a very tough process, not only for them, but for you as well. Another thing, now this is for you, this is also very healthy to do in any relationship. You need to establish some boundaries. Just because someone is struggling with PTSD does not give them an excuse to treat you poorly. I want you to understand that. Just because someone is suffering from PTSD does not give them an excuse to treat you poorly. Okay? I fell into that mentality. I fell into the self-entitled mentality where I sat there and thought, well, you wouldn't understand I have PTSD. That's no fucking excuse. I still acted like an asshole. And as a man, I have to take responsibility for how much of an asshole I acted like. So, this is very, very important. Establish boundaries during recovery. If they're not going to getting help, feel free, by all means, to leave. You can leave. That's the greatest part about this. Because someone is struggling with PTSD doesn't mean you have to feel trapped. You can still live your own life. That's the great thing about it. You can still live your own life. Just make sure when you leave that you're leaving them in good hands. And then finally, let's see. Yeah, we want to go ahead. So, whenever your significant other is starting their process for recovery, what you need to do is you need to sit down with him or her, and you need to establish relationship and recovery goals. And they can be anywhere from 1 week out to 10 years out. Whatever you feel like is comfortable for you. You need to establish these goals so it gives you both something to strive for, not only in a relationship, but in a recovery. Some examples of this could be in 5 months, we are going to go on a vacation. And to do that, you are going to have to go and you're going to have to get comfortable with yourself. You're going to have to be able to go out on your own. So that would also tie into that recovery stuff there. So this is all very important stuff that you can do as a spouse to help your significant other out. These top 3 here are for them. That's be supportive, be encouraging, and be there. And then this little guy right here is for you. Establish boundaries. Make sure that they follow these boundaries. Just because, again, just because someone is suffering from PTSD does not give them an excuse to treat you like shit, okay? And then finally, the last one's for both of you. Set relationship and recovery goals. And this is going to be this outline right here, which again is a very vague outline. You can use this as a template based on your own relationship and whatever's happening between the two of you, so to help you succeed. So I'm just going to do a quick recap, because again this has been about a week-long process. Let me go ahead and erase all this. And I really do, I hope you guys have learned a lot from this. Again, everything that I'm teaching you guys now is stuff that I've learned over the past year and a half that I had to learn through trial and error. So hopefully you can take these lessons from me and apply them in your own life. So, any type of relationship, when you start with yourself, you'll succeed. Now, granted, your family is going to be the basis of your relationship, and then your friends and love are going to help build you up, but the roof holds the whole thing together, okay? So, you have to start with yourself. You have to make yourself the best that you possibly can, so that way you can be better for other people. You have to include your family into your recovery. You have to have them in there to let them know that I want to be a part of this family, I'm getting help, and I'm doing the best that I can, but I need some support. Now, where you're going to get extra support from is from your friends, and do it with people that you trust, not the friends that you maybe go out to the bar with once a month. I'm talking friends that you can literally rely on, the ride or die friends. And then finally, your significant other. All these people here want you to get better. All these people here want you to lead a better life. Maybe they know how to help you, maybe they don't, but the only way that they are for sure going to help you is if you let them in. If you don't let anybody in, all you're doing is isolating yourself. And the more you isolate yourself, the more depressed you become. And depression's a very slippery slope, at least at 22, okay? So, again, I hope you guys have enjoyed these videos. I hope you all have learned some very valuable information here. And I'm going to knock out some push-ups, and we'll get out of here. That's right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. Hope you all learned a little bit. Hopefully it helps you out. You know, hopefully even if you take one thing away and it helps you lead a better life, that's why I do this. I'm just trying to help you guys out. I'm trying to teach you something that I had to learn the hard way. So hopefully you don't have to, okay? So with that being said, everybody, you guys have a great Thursday, and I will see you all tomorrow.